that they need to tune into our Twitch, our Facebook, and our YouTube, because today is not just Coexist Music Monday. This is just some average music performance, okay? First of all, I'm a Grammy-nominated recording artist and published songwriter, so shout out to all the greatness, you know what I'm saying? Because I done wrote some songs about some of y'all in this room, because that's how legendary you are. You didn't even know. But in addition to that, I am the co-founder and CEO of Coexist Gaming. That amazing company right there brought me to all these amazing people right here. And every Monday, we have Coexist Music Mondays at our game house in Brooklyn, in Bushwick. That's 2,000 square feet of over 5,000 video games, rooms, lounges, podcasts, all of the vibes. And we create space for our members to perform and do what they were born to do. Well, this month we've been hosting a competition, a music competition, live. So in addition to the people in front of them, everyone in Twitchland, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, they've gotten to vote for the top 2 artists every single week. So you guys are in one heck of a show because all of the finalists are performing tonight. Give it up for the finalists that are gonna kill it tonight. In addition to 2 opening acts that I can't wait to tell you about. I'm not gonna start it because it's too much amazing energy in this room not to capitalize on it. So get your cameras ready. Make sure you're telling your people to get live on the Twitch. Y'all see that QR code right over here? That's where you're gonna need to scan because I want you're gonna be tallying up your votes. Remember, it's all the vibes. You got some amazing artists and they are competing against each other. All right?
I'm in here every night. Something about the way it looks under the light. Stack my dollars up to the perfect time. You gon' drop it down for me. Love it when you drop it for me. Fuck it up on that floor. Fuck it up till every dollar bill hit the floor. You got plans. Tryna take it down to the south of France. You follow your friend. You didn't need no man, no. And that's what's making me want you more. Independent, go hard for yours. Oh, I can't lie, I'm addicted to the way.
JJ and anybody else involved who just, you guys for being here and giving us this opportunity to show our talents. I'm grateful, I'm honored, and it's so heavy on my shoulders. It's so heavy, Now, should I hold tight or let it be? 'Cause it just might be burning me. And I can't be in the center when it's draining. Sometimes I need a hug or a companion, just so I can stop complaining. It's so
Tony, for all the new people that don't know, because my Coexist family know, I'm a dad who wears hats, and my name is Tony. So no matter what hat's on the head, a bucket hat, a trucker hat, a moño, that initially becomes a dad hat.
What up, world? It's your boy Dad Hat Tony. Yeah, father favorite rapper. If you already know, any hat on the head automatically becomes a dad hat because I am a dad who wears hats. My name is Tony.
This a new sound, the world could get jiggy with it. Little niggas straight from Harlem like yeah, jiggy with it. Niggas wanna stop my grind like I'm a man who pays and coming straight.
As a writer myself, I've been, since I was 5 years old, I've been writing music. I've been in love with rap since I was 4. Eminem was the first person I ever heard, and I started rehearsing his lines, and then from rehearsing his lines, I used to add little words into that, and then from there, I just started doing my own stuff. And then officially as an artist, as in today, you guys are just basically seeing a brand new for a year, because me coming to Coexist created this artist. My main influence, I would say, are not, it's crazy, like I have influences in a way that's music, but not always music orientated. So 90s rap, period, was the inspiration of my life in general. Big Pun, Big L, I'm from Harlem, so Big L all the way. Eminem, of course, Lin-Manuel, huge inspiration of mine. I also have one of my inspirations, I call him my idol. His name is Kenny Omega. He's a wrestler, but he's a person who went against the grain. In the wrestling world, there's only one place to go. It was WWE, and he didn't feel like that was for him, and he created a whole nother world for him. And now he's a name known all over the world, and that's who I want to be like. Coexist to me, like I tell everybody, it's being able to be somewhere and knowing that you belong, knowing that this is exactly the only place that's ever gonna make me feel as welcome as the world outside isn't allowing me to be. So for me, it's just welcomeness, family, and togetherness. Like, it's the only thing I know now that works.
I felt like Goku putting his hand up and just accepting all that energy. I'm not gonna hold you, see? So I go by the name Superlative, saying like Letter J just said, big shout out to Letter J, Sam, Coexist, for allowing us artists to do what we do day in and day out every Monday for a whole year during this pandemic where people weren't even allowing us to perform. So big round of applause for Letter J. Big round of applause for Danny and everybody a part of the Coexist family.
You know why you playing games with me right now, now. Maybe won't you just say my name for me right now, now.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Superlative Sane, repping Super Gang from straight out of Queens, living in Brooklyn right now. I was in a music group when I first got into making and creating music, like my own music. It was called Superlative Reasoning. We broke up, but I really loved the word and the meaning of superlative, and I felt like I wanted to embody it. I wanted to become like superlative. I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best in whatever it is that I was trying to do.
And why all my friends don't say hi no more? And why you won't catch me knocking at your door? There is a reason.
But I love Bruno Mars. I think whatever he's doing is just God talented. There's this Canadian dude named Russell. I've been following him since he's been coming up when he was like 16. Super dope Canadian Filipino kid. My friends, my friends are so damn good at what they do. They're so talented, and it inspires me and pushes me to just be better. Coexist is so much to me because, like I said on the stage, Coexist gave us a platform during a pandemic where no stages were open. Like all of the venues that we were so used to performing at multiple times a month, they were just closing down, and we had to kind of just bring it back to like real intimate settings where we could just be right in front of whoever we're performing for rather than being on the stage. And Coexist gave us that platform to just be able to do that and practice and be our unapologetic self. People don't want to support up-and-coming artists. They only want to support the artists that they know and that they hear on the radio and on their Spotifys or whatever. And it's like, there's a lot of dope dope, not even just talking about myself, like dope artists out here that are probably better than the people that you're listening to on the radio or on Spotify. And because they're not there yet, you're not giving them a chance. Coexist gives them that chance. And I love Coexist, man. Forever will be in my heart. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, Coexist will always be that place in my heart. Will always have that place.
Really mean it. Like we leave after this and listen to each other's music. Not even gonna lie, we have each other's music in a playlist. So big shout out to everybody that performed. Big shout out to Letta again. Big shout out to Coexist. Thank y'all.
Melodious rapper, singer, producer, graphic designer, recently actor from the Bronx, New York. And we at the Cutting Room, baby. It's Coexist Gaming, you know. Some of my biggest influences are like Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean, Smino, Kendrick, definitely Kid Cudi and Mac Miller. I've been listening to them since I was a teenager. A lot of old like soul, Rick James, going back, Lauryn Hill, Eminem, definitely Big L, Nas, Jay-Z. You know, I grew up in a very, I grew up in the 90s, baby, 93, and I grew up around a lot of 90s and 2000s R&B, hip-hop, and house music. Shout out to my mom and dad for putting me onto a lot of that stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel so tired. They build scores and they take you on journeys, and it's just like, it's not just about like, oh, it's a cool little loop and a catchy little hook. It's like, no, it's an experience, and that's where my music. I want all my music to be an experience. Like if you were watching a movie or something, but in audio form. I wouldn't be here right now without Letta J, without Danny, Sam is real, and without my Coexist family. Man, I fell into a crazy depression at the height of the pandemic, especially being locked in the house and not being able to perform, because the stage is my second home. I've been performing for like 10 years. I've probably done like 300 shows. I've done Warped Tour in Tampa. I've done Spotify headquarters. I've done SOBs. It's funny because I actually used to run with these dudes that were always going to Coexist, and I would always see them on Instagram during the pandemic performing, doing karaoke in this blue room, and I was like, where the hell are they? Like, and I started coming out, and I fell in love with it instantly because of the energy, the love that was in the room, and they really embodied the name coexisting. Like, it felt like family the second I walked in, and it put the fire back in me, it put the battery back in my back, it got the mic back in my hand, which was the most important thing. Trip. Keep my homie out in the sex. I careful cause the girls think they slick. I got me a queen, but she got me mad at them, bitch. Yeah, we deserve better. Baby, you deserve better. I know you wish you could have been together. Damn, I guess forever ain't for. I just want her love. She just wanna break my heart. Playing on my phone, I'm like, I don't even start.
I go by the name Black Moon, you feel me? Like on my face. Black Moon, BLXCK Moon. You know, ain't no way around it. That's just what it is. GT game. The vibes. I actually used to go by a different name. I used to go by Prince J. And I don't know, over time I just feel like I outgrew it, I guess. It was like, that was like a younger version of me. And this is like, I don't know, it feels like the more natural me. So it just kind of came to me, I'm not even gonna lie. It just kind of came to me. It just fit. I've been living good. Yeah. Ever since I let you go, I've been living good. Yeah. Something you should know. I hope you listen good. I would say my biggest influences are like all every artist in like the emo trap scene. Some like I also was super heavily influenced by like the emo punk pop scene of like the early 2000s. It'd be like X, Juice, Uzi Vert, fucking Linkin Park, Green Day, fucking Paramore even. You feel me? I'm inspired by a whole bunch of different shit. You know what I'm saying? I lean a little more towards punk rock and rap.
Time for fucking on to Bible. All of gotta cry more. I don't want my whole bitch back. I'm in heaven. Run to the ratchet. Let her make a ass. Say they wanna smoke, but the niggas never match it. Baby, take a picture, cause it just might be the last time. This ain't like the last time. Why these niggas bad? You get on the block, hustle like the fast.
It's just like, it's a way of life, to be honest, to just allow everyone around. I feel like we all come from different backgrounds, different, struggles, identities. Coexist is like the perfect space for all of us to really, no matter where you come from, we just vibe together, you feel me? Like we accept each other, nobody's judgmental, none of that prejudice, racism, all that other shit. All that shit is out the window. As soon as I come in those doors, bro, it's music and vibes. So it's just, that's everything to me. It's everything.
And I don't care if their perception is weak. It's why they go my direction. You gon' spill it out of that interception. Touchdown as I make a move.
What's going on, yo? I go by Mr. JT. That's MISTERJT. Music on all sites. You can find me everywhere. I sing, I rap, I produce. On the side, I beatbox, I entertain, and I just love music. So, the obvious Justin Timberlake, everyone said I sounded like him growing up. Of course, I was a big fan. But it actually meant Justin's talented, and JT kind of stood with me for a long period of time. And then in high school, one of my security guard officers, he was like, "Yo, what up, Mr. JT?" And it kind of stood with me. But the acronym actually means many individuals struggle to easily recognize Justin's talented, because I feel like a lot of people see what I can do and they like what I do, but not everyone can gravitate towards it, which is fine. You can't please everybody. But at the end of the day, I feel like I have so much more to give and to offer, and people are still here. And range, Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, of course Justin Timberlake, bit of Bruno Mars. Rappers, there's a lot. I can't even have a top 5, but I like Nas, Kendrick, of course, J. Cole, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything, but that I love music, so yeah. Actually, I just recently became a heavily influenced by Freddie Mercury and Prince. I love a lot of their music, and I feel like a lot of artists that are like them are very slept on, and they go unnoticed. And y'all should pump music like crazy. What's up?
I'm always going for past relationships, but I digress. Finna put my love to the test. I'm trying to find you a peace of mind, and it's never been seen before. I don't know what to sign, I could be the sign.
Family. There's no other way to describe it, because, we as human beings, or aliens, or whatever you want to call yourself, identify yourself, even if you're non-binary, we all literally, inevitably coexist in this lifetime. And I feel like, regardless of everyone's opinions or whatever, I just feel like we all are brothers and sisters. So we're one big ultimate family.
We keep on fuck with they think. We ain't speaking future plans, I got nothing to say. I just let the music talk as I move minimal, like a smooth criminal. Let it feel critical. I don't do physical. Let's take your child and look so critical. It's different like tambourines as a use principle. The splitting atoms like Eve as the twist.
And whether you like it or not, you can't live with or without them. But that coexist, especially with the community that we have, and everything that Jay and Sam have put together, and just all the people coming in from all different walks of life, it really feels like, that word is such an understatement, and family, that's it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much. MISTERJT music on all streaming platforms. You can get at me every Monday, Tuesday, Coexist. Respectfully! I love y'all, thank y'all, have a good night.
I wanna love you. Ooh,
Daya actually comes from my father. He combined the first 2 letters of my first name and the first 2 letters of my middle name to make Dial. And I wasn't going by that. Like nobody's gonna call me Dial. That's not cute. So we dropped the L and we went to Daya. And then Rose comes from my mom. She had an aunt, Rose, who was her favorite aunt in the world. She wanted to name me when I was a baby Crystal Rose. And I'm glad she did me because again, that's a stripper name. I tell her that all the time. I'm like, you were gonna name me a stripper's name. Like you just wanted me to be prepared to like throw my behind in a circle for dollars. And because of that, I dropped the Crystal, kept my dad's Daya, and put her Rose together, and it's like my parents named me twice. I like it. So my first influence, or my number one, would be Prince. It would always be Prince, because Prince is the man. Like, I absolutely love all his music, his writing style, the fact that he plays all the instruments in the world, possibly. I'm over-exaggerating, but it's why I aspire to play as many instruments as I do that's non-instruments that I play. And so I do that because I want to be able to be as versed in music as possible, like Prince was. Number 2 would be Beyonce, Queen Bee Mother. Absolutely love her. To life, I would never say to death because we don't want her to die, Jesus. So I love her to life. And I love her because she has great work ethic. She has a wonderful mindset when it comes to like combining the business aspect of music with her overall like production of music. She's a genius. I love it. I would model my entire life after her if I could, but I started too late. So yeah, that's that. And I would say number 3 would be the harder choice to make because I have so many people that I like. Vocally, I would go with Chrisette Michele as a big inspiration for me. Absolutely love her voice. If we're thinking musically and we're like looking at like overall progression building and stuff like that, it would have to be her. Because her was also, of course, trained by Prince, so she knows. Everybody is looking on this.
Want that type of love, hit hard like a sedative. When they hit rock, we got a nigga too competitive. Love the vibes of waking up to your messages, or even days of waking big, rolling over, looking heaven sin. Big evident, the way you got me wrapped up in your elements. Such a breeze when you walk through. You hear the elegance of your voice when you talk to any and every one on your boss moves. When you do this shit, got a nigga with the vibes, gotta hit it right, make you wanna spend the night. Say you never been this high, now I got you on a flight. Different with the moves, type of nigga change your life, change it twice. Just for the niggas before was lacking. Left bad taste, now this cheese got you bagging. Just to see a smile on your face, I do anything you want to. Feel it's more than mutual the way a nigga want you. Yeah.
I've been going to Coexist for years since August 6th. So yeah, I went for karaoke and like literally never stopped going back. Shout out to Joe Starr for inviting me to karaoke. It's beautiful, inviting, it's a family dynamic. I have so many siblings now. I like to call James, Daniel, my mom and dad, not because of like anything weird. Like they just teach me a lot in life, and so I think of them as my parents when it comes to like business and comes to doing things outside of myself and looking for help in those things. I feel like they're my parents. Because I just want to be loved, and I want you guys to love me. And as much as I love y'all.